Now I come from starting. Right. So yesterday's concept was clear, right? So why we were creating directories, why we are doing it in it, then how we are able to go and track the particular sites, right? So you remember, right? What is the use of head, right? So head is where you basically track your projects, how your particular project is moving, right? Then today we'll start with our branching concept. So branching is very very important when it comes to which. If you understood branching, right, it means like you can able to modularize your projects, right? So let's see how you can go and work with Git branching today. Okay. And you see, it says when it comes to branching, right? You see, in a collaborative environment, it is common for several developers to share and work on the same product, right? So basically, let's say if you are developing one particular project, you are not only the one person who is going to do the entire project, right? Basically, there are bunch of developers. Let's say there are 5 or 6 developers who are like closely doing some contribution and they are moving ahead with your projects. Now let's imagine that some developers generally how they work. Some particular developers, let's say there are set of people who are completely fixing your bugs. I mean, like let's say your developer, 3 developers are there. Let's imagine that developer one and developer two are doing some new features, like they implemented these new features, and another developer will be there who will be trying to fix the bugs which came in that particular version, right? So in that point of time, you need some a feature called branching. So what branching does is basically, now let's imagine that you have done your work till 50%, right? And in this 50%, there are some bugs, right? Now your work is done till 50%, and you are like around 3 developers currently, right? But when you have took this code into production, right? I mean, like let's say in your development environment or QA environment, your testers tested your code and they said like there are 5 bugs in your particular application, right? Now, if all my 3 developers start working on bugs, right, my particular project will not move further ahead, right? Now, what I want to do, I want to modularize it. So, I want one developer to work on the bugs, whereas I want my other 2 developers to continue going ahead, right? At that point of time, they will go with some option called branching. So, what branching does is basically till 50% of what your work is done, from this specific point of time, your developer 3 will go with some other way, right? And whereas your developer 1 and 2 will go another way. Now, maybe like diagram might help you. Now, let's imagine this is where your complete code is there now. Currently, this is like your 50% of the project is done, right? Currently, 50% is done. But whereas, like I told you, this is where you are going to fix the bugs, and this is the place where you are going ahead with your other developments. So, whatever the code which is done till this 50%, this is where my bugs are present, isn't it? Bugs. So, where are my bugs present? Under the work till 50%, right? Now, imagine that 50%. Let's imagine what I'll do is like to make it simpler. I'll say that there is a file called ABC. If not, imagine one, two, three, four. 4 files are there. I mean, like your 50% is 4 files, right? Now, you want to fix the bugs here, right? Where are the bugs present in my 1, 2, 3, 4 files, right? Now, what you'll do is like whenever I create a branch, whenever I want to create a branch, you should definitely have at least one file already working with you. Right? That's the reason why whenever I do git init, that's the reason why I'm getting a master branch. By default, you'll have master branch. If you want to create one more branch, from that specific point of time, at least you should have one file. Something like readme file or something like that. Now, whenever I create my branch, right, I will get an exact copy at this point of time. These four files are there, right? From this, I am going to have the copy. And the same copy would be given to your this people as well. Now, I have created one more branch here, and let's say this is another branch here. Now, this person, right? Let's say he is my bug fixing. Now, whatever the changes, let's say he changed 1 to 1.0. He changed 2 to 2.0. I mean, like simultaneously, he changed to 4.0 as well. Why? Because there were bugs, he fixed the bugs. Now, this code is completely different, isn't it? When you compare it with your these four files, it is completely different because he has fixed the bugs. Now, there is no resemblance here, right? What you are doing, you are completely isolating this part of code and you are going ahead and you are working in some other place. Right? Now, these people, what they implemented? They implemented 5.0, 6.0, 7.0 new features. Now, my project work, what should I need to do? I need to merge these two particular things, isn't it? That is what you can do with your branching. You can isolate your main base code and start working completely in isolation so that you can solve the problems at that point of time. And when your work is done, you can put them together back. That's what you get when you are going with your branching concepts. Make sense? Now, just like we'll go with the specific things. Now, you see, it says the same thing. Some developers will be fixing bugs while others will be implementing new features. Therefore, there has got to be a manageable way to maintain the different versions of the same code base. Isn't it 1, 2, 3, 4 is same? From that point of time, I went with some other code base, and from this point of time, I went with some other code base. So that at other place, I want to fix the bugs. In other place, I want to introduce some new features. If I want this kind of strategy, I can go with the branching concept. Now it says, this is where the branching function comes to your rescue. Branch allows each developer to branch out from the original code base. What is my original code base? 1, 2, 3, 4. And isolate their work from others. So my bug fixes guy will completely isolate that 1, 2, 3, 4 and will start working in his own way. And whereas my particular other group, they start working on new features. So another good thing about branch is that it helps Git to easily merge. Merge in the sense, these new features and my bug fixes, they can be both combined at point of time whenever you need it. I'll get that particular option because I don't want my bug fixes, right? I mean, like, let's say only bug fixes are not going to help me. My new features combined with bug fixes would be more sense for me, right? Which will be like more useful for me when I'm doing my projects. So that feature you are going to with your branch. Let's see how your branches work. Very simple. You see, until and unless you have something on master branch, you cannot have any other branch. That's the reason why I told you, right? So you should have at least one particular file to branch out from there. Right, I told you, at least you need to have that original code base, at least one particular file in your master branch. So once you have that, you can create branches. Now you see, I am creating dev UI DB. Right? So let's go back to my original project. So yesterday I worked in this particular directory, right? So yesterday I worked in CD website, right? Right. Now here, what is the file I'm having? Index.html. Right? It was having, so what I'll do is like I'll open one more browser. Right. So I'll just keep that particular file over here. So it is there in my index.html, right? This is a directory where my index.html is present. So I'm just going to keep that under my, what you say, browser. And you see, am I having any content here? Nothing, right? So I was only having title, git session, which I changed yesterday. Now let's try to put some particular content over there. Now what I'll do is like, So I'm going back to my terminal over here, right? So what is the current branch I'm having right now? Master, right? So how you can check how many branches are there with you? You'll simply say git branch. Once you run this particular command, it will tell you on which branch you are present and what are the number of branches you are having currently. So currently I'm only having one branch called master. Now what I'll do is like I'll go and create two branches. One is called bug fix, another one is called new feature. Right? In the new feature branch, I want to implement some new features, whereas in my particular bug fix branch, I'll fix some bugs. Right? Now what I'll do is like let's imagine. Right. So here I'm going to create one more file here. So I'll say cp index.html and let me do it with something called like contact.html. Right. So if I say git status, it directly says that okay, there is some new file over here. Right. I'll go and edit my contact.html. So this is not my git session, right? Let's say this is my contact us page. So I am saying something like contact us. Right, I'm making some changes and next thing I'll say git add dot git commit hyphen m created contact page. Right, I'm currently having contact page. So how many files I have here? Two files. On which branch? Master branch. So what I did, whenever I am creating a branch, I am going to get the features which are there at this point of time. Right, I am having currently index and contact page. So if I create a branch, I will get this contact and index as well with me. That is what is the meaning of getting from the code base. You already have this code base. From this point of time, you are going to create a new branch, which is completely new isolated area. Right? Now, let's say that I'll be creating two branches. Right? One is bug fix, one is new feature. How I'm going to create branch? Very simple. Git branch and the branch name. So what is the branch I want to create? I want to create something called like bug fix. How you are going to check what is the branch which are there with you? You see, master and bug fix. But the star indicates that is the current branch which you are currently there. Right? Now, if I say git branch new underscore feature, what I am doing? I am creating one more branch. Spelling. I created one more branch, right? Now if I say git branch, so I am currently having three branches with me, right? Now how you can move across different branches? That is important, right? Now if you see, currently I am under master. If you want to move to other branch, you will simply say git checkout and the branch name. So now I want to go to the bug fix branch. I am currently under bug fix. You see, it got changed to bug fix, right? And if you say git branch, you see, you are currently under bug fix branch. Right? Now let's see. If I do ls, am I able to see both the files? Right? Because this is where it is coming from a master branch. Now what I'll do is like, in my bug fix, I'll change the settings. Right? If not, I'll make it more sense for you. Let's say I'll go back to my master again. Git. So I'm going to check out to my master. Git checkout master. Right? I'm currently in my master. Now I'll say vi contact.html. Now what I'll do is like, I'll put some particularly tag saying h3 slash h3. I'll put some address. Let's say Hyderabad, something like 5 lakh, H, something like India. Right, I went with some particular three things here. Now, if I save this, so where did I make these changes actually? On master, right? Now I'll say git add dot git commit hyphen m. I'll say updated contact page. Right? Now you see where I'm currently under master. Now let me go and check this specific file. Where is my browser? So this is my browser, right? So under index I have another file called .html. So I'm getting India Hyderabad and this particular thing. But do I have these changes under bug fix? Now let's say git checkout bug fix. Now currently I am under bug fix. If I say vim contact, do I have those changes? Let's go back and check in my, I'll do a refresh. Is it making sense? Now it is completely isolated. The branch is different. That's the reason why you are not able to get the features which are there in master branch. Right? Now let's say you want to get the features here as well. Right? It's very simple. All you need to do is like, you are currently in the bug fix. So where are the changes present actually? Master branch. All you need to say is like git merge master. No, that's it. You are already under the bug fix, right? So which branch changes you want, you need to give the specific name. Now what it says, fast forward, I'll talk about that fast forward later. But see, it went with some specific changes. It said 3 insertion and 1 deletion. Now currently I'm under bug fix. But earlier I was not able to see anything. But if I do refresh, right? Now what happened? Let's imagine that unknowingly you changed it to 5 lakh 8. But actually the correct address was 5 lakh 70. Now where you are going to change these particular changes? Bug fix, because this is one of my bugs. So you always going to change your bugs under this specific branch. So that any problem which you are getting, you will go and fix it in your bug fixes. Now always remember that generally you won't put your code base in your master branch. So master branch is called feature branch. So whenever you are moving your code into production, right, that is where you get the code from master. So master is your main branch where you directly get your code into production. So first what you do, first you will create master. I mean like by default master branch will be created, no problem. Just create one readme file over there in master branch. Then what you will do, git branch developments, git checkout development. You start working from there. If you got any bugs, right, you are going to create the bug fix from development branch. Right, because all the files are there under your development, not under master. Now imagine that all the bugs have been fixed in your bug fix. Now what you are going to do? You are going to merge your bug fix to master. Yeah, first you need to go and basically fix the document. Then you will be making the changes in the particular bug fix. If you are finalized that okay, all the things are looking good, I mean like testing is done, everything is done. Now you will make those changes in your production master. So that's the reason why generally master is called feature branch. All the features will be available under your master branch. Right, now tell me how I need to do. Currently I am under bug fix. And I can see that this is 5 lakh 8. But I want this change to be available only under bug fix branch, right? And I want one more new feature. I got one more branch called, right? New feature. So I'll just give you small assignment, like try to solve it right now itself. So I already got a bug fix branch. So what is the file which is there under my bug fix branch? Index and contact. And in contact page, what is the particular content I'm having? Something like Hyderabad, some pin code number, and some country name. Right? Now what you'll do is like you are having one more branch. What is that another branch? New feature, right? Now what I want is in new feature branch, I want a page called services.html, right? And in bug fix branch, I want my pin to be changed to 572, and I want these two features under my master branch. Make sense? I fix the bug, I introduce new feature, and I want to merge the two changes under to master. Now tell me like how I can do that particular thing. Right, so first thing, what I need to do? So what is the first task? Fix the bug fix. Yeah, is that okay? You just, yeah, tell me.
No, we have to check out to new feature.
Yeah, do I need to check the new feature actually? If I check out to my new feature, but what is my first task? I need to fix the bug.
Yeah, we can do changes in the new feature, right?
Yep. But if I go into my new feature, am I going to have contact.html? Now if you say git checkout new feature. Do I, okay, so already I created contact, right? But if I create
Yeah.
here, right, what would be the problem?
It will
Now,
show only in the new
you see.
feature.
So currently I'm under new feature. Do I have any content here?
No.
Yeah. Why? Because I did not merge my branch called bug fix to new feature.
After changing, we can merge it. No?
Exactly. That's the reason why. First thing is you fix the bugs in your bug fix branch.
Okay. No, that was not the task. You have said that we have to create a new file like 72 in a new feature, right?
No, no, no. So basically, what I want is like I want to fix my bug in my bug fix branch. In bug fix
Okay.
branch, my pin should be 572. And
Mm-hmm.
in my new feature, I want a particular file called services.html.
Okay, fine.
Right? I want these two changes under my master branch.
Okay.
Right? So currently I'm having my bug fix in one branch. I am having new features in one branch, and I want these two things. I mean, like my bug fix as well as new feature under my main branch, master branch.
Yeah.
Right? So what I can do? First thing, I need to fix my bugs. Then I'll go to my new feature. Then I'll implement the new feature. Then I'll merge the branches.
Okay.
Right? Why I need to merge? Because in my new feature also my bug fix should be fixed, right?
Yes.
Right. That's the reason why I can fix the bugs in my what do you say bug fix branch. Then I can merge it to my what do you say new feature branch. Then I can implement new features. Then I can merge this into my master branch.
Okay.
Right. So that's what I'm going to do. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Bhavan, you can tell me right now. Currently, I'm under new feature. Right now, you can tell me. Like, currently, I'm under new feature. So what is the first thing I need to do? New file. But what is the first thing? No. What is the first task I need to do? Bug fix. So where it should be there currently? How I go to git checkout bug fix. Now, what is the thing I need to change here? Yeah, I need to change contact page. And what I need to change? Okay, so you are telling that I need to change it to 5 lakh 72. Done. And next thing, I'll say git dot updated. Now currently bug is fixed. What is the next thing I need to do? New feature, right? So in new feature, should I fix the bug or should not I fix the bug? Create new feature. But what would be the disadvantage of that model? If I directly go and fix the bug, I mean like not fixing the bug, fixing the bug. Now if I don't fix, right, I need to do two merges. If I move this particular thing to my new feature straight away, all I need is like I can directly merge my feature branch to master branch. Right now what I will do? Git check out new feature. Now what I'll do? Git merge, sorry, bug fix. Now what it says? Now bug has been fixed under my new feature as well. Right? So two problems solved. What is the next thing? No. Right? Now what I need to do? Yeah. Dot some HTML. Let's say I'll keep it empty. Right? Git add dot git commit. If not, just a second. Add dot. Now let's say if I change two files, I need to say git add file name, right? Instead of add every change, everything in that particular directory would be add. That's the reason I'm just like adding up dot. If not, you can simply say git add services.html. No problem. Anything is fine. Yeah, it's like saving just like, but saving full changes in the directory. If there are multiple changes in the particular file, you will say add dot, so that every change in the directory will be accumulated. Now what I'll do is like, I'll just say contact.html to services.html. And if I say vi services.html, so I'll say services, right? And I'll say git add dot git commit. I'll say created services.html page, right? And where do I want all the features? In master. So what's the next thing I need to do? Where? Here. So where I am currently. So what is the step I need to do the next thing? Tell me the comments. If I do this one, what is going to happen? That's very important. Now all the changes you've done will be gone. You'll be like back to your end, beginning of your project. So always make sure that you are in the correct branch while doing merge. Right? So I need to say git checkout master. If currently master, right? Now if I do contact.html, you see. And if I do, it says the file is not present at all. Because is it file present in my master currently? It's not, right? Because it was completely available in some other branch. Isn't it? If I say ls, I cannot see that file at all. I can only get that branch, I mean like the changes, if I do merge. Right? How I'm going to do that merge? Merge new feature. Now if I do git merge bug fix, what would be the problem? Exactly. So services.html would not be there over there, right? Now it says it inserted. Now if I go and if I do a refresh, earlier it said the file was not found. Yes, you have services.html. Why? Because I copied the same thing, right? That's the reason why I was getting these particular changes. Yep. Contact us. Right? Why? Because I just like copied the template, right? That's the reason why I was getting a particular changes. Now, is it, I mean, like you understood, right? Why, how we can use the branching concepts. So whenever you want to modularize the work and you want to go with branching is mandatory concept. Now let's say you got modules. Now you need to work on one module. That person needs to work on one module and another person needs to work on another module. Now how you are going to do? You are going to create three branches for them. And once your work is done, right? Done. Exactly. Some files. That is where now currently all the files are still available under my local repository only. That is where you go for the remote repositories. I mean, like we need to see lots of other concepts. Once that particular things are done, we'll go to the remote concepts. Yep. Master we will not create. Whenever you do git in it, by default it will come. Yep. Yes. And not master. Branch. Some other branch name. Now let's say something like, whenever there is any specific file in master, if you do branch, anytime you do branch, all the files which are there in that particular branch will come along with you. That is what is the meaning of code base. From your code base, you are going to get this list of particular files. If you do checkout, it will not come. If you do branching, then only it will come. Right? Checkout is for just switching. Without. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. No, we need to merge. So how? So basically, what you're doing, if you want to move, you are using checkout. What is checkout doing? It's just switching the branch. Right? Basically, merge is what is doing these things. I mean, like coming in particularly. No. Okay, I got your doubt. Let's say you are telling that you are currently having bug fix branch and you want to, let's say you have new feature. In that new feature, there are bugs again. Imagine that in your new feature, you are having one more bug. What is that bug? Let's say you are currently under, let's say I'll say git checkout new feature. Now, what is the file I'm having here? If I go for my services, but actually do need to have services here? No, right? It is a bug fix again. So it is some bug. Now if you want this file, what you'll say git branch bug fix 2. What are all the files which are there at this point of time? They will come along. So branch, whenever you create a branch, that is code base. From that point of time, what is there? It will come along. Right? Is it making sense? Now, let's say, I'll create a new feature too. Right? So currently, your website is like this. Imagine like this is your website. Now I want to introduce new feature where I want state to be present in my new feature. I am enhancing the features. So, but I also need to have my old features as well. Right? I want to make a copy of my old features as well as my new features. Already, a new feature is my existing features. Now I want new features along with my existing features. What I need to do? Git branch now if I say git checkout new feature 2, you see yes I have all the files. Makes sense? So whenever you branch, everything which is there would definitely come along with your code base. That is what meaning of code base is. Right? So that is where you can do it. If not, what you can do is like, I'll give you a nice idea. Git ref log. You see, it says like, okay, there is one more concept actually. Will be able to explain it. Yeah, fine. Now you see, this is where my initial commit happened. Right? Now if you see here, all the commits were unique for three commits. Yesterday's three commit. But what I did, you see here, why? Actually whenever I do commit, right, I was actually getting IDs, right? I mean like for each unique change. But did I make any commit while I was creating branches? No, right? Now, okay, I'll show it in a diagram. Maybe that it will help you. Now let's take this example. Right? Okay. Now you see till these 3 points, I'm having same commit ID. But these three commits where they were created? They were created under master branch, isn't it? Yesterday I only worked with master branch. Then what I did, I created two more new branches. Right? So yesterday where is my head? Here, right? E920897. That was my head. Right? Now you sorry, this one, right? Sorry, 49619. You see commit created this particular thing. This is the last commit which I made yesterday. Right? It was pointing to 49689. So that is my head, right? Next, what is saying? Do you see any commit here on the up things? No. What it says? Checkout. What is the meaning of checkout? I just switch the branches. Did I make any changes? Whatever the changes which were there in your master, that came to the new branch. Is there any commit which happened at that point of time? No. I created two branches. That is what your head is. So you made a shift, right? Right? That is how it is tracking. Now, your head was here, which is something like 4D. Your head was here. Now what I did from this point, I created one branch, I created another branch. Are there any changes present here? No, right? Whatever the index and contact were there, both came here. There were no changes at all, right? So this head, whatever it is there, it will directly go here. It will point here as well. Right? Now what happened after some time, you see, I made the first commit. What I said, updated contact page. What is the commit I got? E6. Now my current head is not at 4D. My current head is under which branch? New feature or which one? Yeah, new feature. Right? Based upon this particular head, you can tell like where you are there currently. Now you see, you are having EB at sorry E6, right? You see E6, E6, right? Then again, I am getting 49 again. 4D, right? Sorry. Why 4D again? Right, not master. I checked out the new feature. And my new feature and master are both same replica, right? I did not make any changes, right? Making sense? Yeah. Right. Now let's say here you see I committed contact page. In which branch I made that commit? Bug fix. Right? Bug fix, right? No. Now you see, I'll just talk about these things. Now you see, at this point of time, this is my latest commit. This is 4D. From here, I created two branches. One was bug fix, another was new feature. So both are pointing to 4D and 4D. Now what I made some changes, right? You see what was the next change? EED6. Where I made this change? Here, bug fix. Right? So that's the reason why I got new commit. But did I make any changes in my new feature? Now whenever I what you say check out into my new feature, it is all again going back to my master commit ID because my master commit ID, new feature both are on same head. There is no change. But after some point of time I made changes and you see you cannot see no longer this 4D again here. Because at this point of time you are seeing 4D again because at this point of time I did not make any changes to my new feature. From here again I got new particular things. But I am getting again ED6. Why? Because this is my bug fix branch again. So your head will make you understand how your head is working. Right? So if you are switching out your branches, you will not get any new commits. When you make some new commits, then only you are going to get that particular commit ID for the change which you made. And depend upon your what you say latest commits, your head will be moving between different branches. I told you right. That's the reason I told you head is always moving. It's never stable. We create another new branch, this head would be there. And if you are creating some particular branch and if there are no changes, it will always point to the last branch latest head would be the new commit ID for your latest branch which you created. Right, that is very important. So in Git they definitely ask you, they'll give some like they'll help you to do some particular commits. They'll tell you like switch in different branches. They'll ask how your head is moving. Very simple thing. All you need to do is like get ref log. And it will tell you like how your head is moving from one particular branch to another branch. Right? Make sense? That is very important when you work in Git. So if you are able to get this structure right, it means like you are good with Git. That's all. There is nothing much in Git. All you need to do is like understand how your Git is pointer is moving. Technically, this is what you need to know. Right? There are lots of other things like we need to do with merging and other concepts. Right? So I'll talk about one thing as well. Now, if you remember, right, whenever I was doing merge, you see, I made some 2 or 3 merges, right? Fast forward. Here I made one more merge. Fast forward. So, let me check if I have mentioned that here. Yep. Merging strategies. So, I was doing the merge, right? So, there are 2 types of strategies. One is a fast forward merge and the second one is a recursive merge. Right? Fast forward and recursive. So whenever I was doing merge, I was getting fast forward, right? So basically this merging is not under your hands actually. Git will decide what type of merge to do. But I'll give you like simple kind of tips where you can identify like how it is going to do. On small level projects, you can identify what type of merging is going to be happen. But if you are having tens, hundreds and hundreds of developers, you cannot identify what kind of merge it will happen. It will be dependent on completely which. Now, why I'm getting fast forward words when I'm doing the merges? Now, if you remember, right, whenever I was doing the merge, you see what are the other branches which are moving? My bug fix was moving, my new feature was moving, my new feature 2 was moving. Did I make any commits on my master? If your master is at a stable point and all the other branches are moving ahead, that is where you get fast forward merge. Right? Did my master move? Did I made any commits on my master? No, right? I made commits on bug fix branch. I made commits on new feature branch. I made commits on new feature too. But did I make any commits on this specific branch? No. That is what fast forward. So if your master is at the same point, it didn't move at all. That is where you are going to get fast forward merge. And if you are making some strategies and your master also moved ahead, if you do a merge, it is going to be a recursive merge. In fast forward merge, you will never get a commit ID. Why? Why I don't get any commit ID? We are not moving, right? My master is at the same place. Why do I need any new commit ID? Whatever the commit ID which is coming from there, it will directly point to that particular location. But if my master is moving, there is nothing to identify, right? You are getting like what I'm trying to say. So if my master doesn't move, it is like there is no commit ID, there is no new commit. My head is at the same position. Right? If my head is in the same position, why I need to bother about committing new commit? No need. That's the reason why it does not create any commit ID. In recursive merge, your head is moving ahead. This head is moving ahead. Now they both need to merge at other point. That's the reason why it will create a new commit ID. Now if you see here, right, git ref log. So see, I did merge. Did I get any particular new commit ID? I was getting same 6D something, right? And I made one more merge here. Did I get any new commit ID? I mean like the same commit, right? I mean like this was already generated. That was not new actually. It copied the last commit which was there in that particular thing to my here. Right? But when I do a recursive merge, I'll get new commit ID. Why? Because my master was not in the same place. He moved some other place. It cannot go and keep the same particular commit ID to my master again. Because my master is at not that point of time now. My master, he went away with different approach. So whenever I want that, I need to go with the specific targets. Right? Now, how you can check that? So, I'll make a new commit in my particular thing here. So, what I'll do is like, I'll say vi, let's say, I'll go to services.html. I'll delete all these specific things because these are not needed, right? I made these changes. I'll say git add dot git commit hyphen m changes in message. Changes in services. I committed. But I'm not having the push straight away. Earlier I was directly going and merging it, right? Now what I'll do is like git checkout master. Right? I'll say vi index.html is my master at the same position right now? No, right? My master moved ahead. Now if I do what it says, it is asking some message. Do you want to merge this branch? I'll say yes. Did I did it ask when I was doing fast forward merge? No, right? Why? Because there is no new commit at all. Now a new commit is being created. What is the message you want to give that? That's all. Here I am merging this commit here. Now I'll say just like save this. Okay, it looks good for me. Like I am merging the branch called new feature 2. What it says merge made by recursive strategy. And you see here, if you see git reflog, right? You see, for all the things, can you observe anywhere 46 FFBF8 here? No. For this specific merge, it created a new commit ID. But whereas if you observe your other merges here, where is that other merge? You have one merge here. You have one merge here. You see, already you have the same commits. You made one commit here. That was what was assigned to your fast forward merge. And if you see one more merge here, you see 1192. It has been already created 1192. And if you check another merge, you see 7272. It has been already created. But this merge, do you see anywhere 46FFB right here? But it created a new specific merge commit for that. Why? Because they are not at the same place. I cannot go and again go with the same specific. That's the reason why it created the new commit ID. Right? So what is the difference between merge, what do you say, recursive merge and fast forward merge? No. Right. So if you're doing commits in master, it does not mean that it is a recursive merge. You need to say that when you are merging from one branch to another branch, and if that particular branch which you are merging to is not at same point, and its head has moved, right? Whatever the branch you are working currently, right? You made some commit, and you are trying to merge that with other branch, and if that other branch is at same place which was there earlier, then it is always going to be a fast forward merge. But if that branch moves ahead and there is some new commit happening over there, and if you merge, it is always going to be a recursive merge. That is very, very important. Right? This is like definite question when you are going for interviews. What is fast forward and right? Why? Yeah, it does not depend upon like it's like master. It is not for only master. It will work for all SRs. But all you need to make sure that that branch does not move ahead. Either it can be master, it can be new feature, it can be bug fix. But it should not be at the same point of time. If it's same point of time, right? It already knows that okay, this is the last pointer which you work. Why I need a new